Residential complex has burnt down in Midrand, leaving several people injured.
The fire broke out at the Broadwalk Urban Village late last night at the complex, which houses around 130 units. Emergency services were on the scene until the early hours of this morning to douse the flame. Let's now get some details from the Emergency Services spokesperson in Johannesburg. Xolile Khumalo is joining us this morning. Xolile, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. What can you tell us about whether the fire has now been completely doused and whether there's been any injuries that have been reported?
Good morning, Tim, and thank you so much for the invitation. Firefighting operations ended this morning just before 4 o'clock. Yes, there were a few people that were injured. I'm just not quite sure of the number of the people that were transported to hospital.
Yeah. Tell us about the information at your disposal and perhaps maybe your preliminary investigation, what it has told you so far about what could have led to the fire, because we're watching visuals now of how the complex was engulfed by flames.
It was the second floor was completely engulfed by fire and completely destroyed as well. So right now, it will be premature to say we know what is the cause of fire, but our inspectors will be on the fire incident scene this morning to conduct their investigation. So as we stand right now, we do not know what caused the fire.
Yeah. When a call was put through to the emergency officials, are you able to tell us what the person was saying?
I don't have the recording myself, and I did not access it, but we just received a call around 9:10 yesterday evening indicating that there was a fire in Midrand. It wasn't even quite clear at the time whether it's a residential or an office park that was burning.
Yeah, and when you arrived there, of course, it turns out that it is a residential
complex that comprises of about 130 units.
Yeah. Has it always been a residential complex? Do you know that, Xolile? Because when you look at the infrastructure as well as the architecture of the building itself, it almost seems that it was a complex before, business complex before.
I am not really privy to that information right now. So what we know is just that it's a residential complex. Everything will come clear this morning as the inspectors go in for their investigations.
Is it clear at this point how many people have been displaced and where they're currently being housed?
It's quite a number of them, taking into consideration that it has about 130 units. So the complex is privately owned. So the owner has taken them to different bread and breakfasts and hotels around Midrand.
Okay, so just to confirm this quickly, and I don't know if you have this information, are these people that were renting at this property or are these people that were actually owning some of the units?
That information is not clear as yet as well, so the managing agent will be able to share that information. We don't have it.
Thank you so much for your time. That is Xolile, who's the spokesperson for emergency services in the city of Johannesburg. Just look at that building and how it was engulfed by the flames. And as she's indicated that the second floor was entirely engulfed by flames. And as it stands currently, not too sure how many people have been injured, but at least no fatality has been reported.